I am a 1 in 10, a number on a list. I am a 1 in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. Statistical reminder of a world that doesn't care. My arms unfold the dough, malnutrition dulls my hair. My eyes are black and lifeless with an unprivileged stare. I'm the beggar on the corner, will no one spare a dime? I'm the child that never learned to read, cause no one spared the time. I am a 1 in 10, a number on a list. I am a 1 in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. Statistical reminder of a world that doesn't care. The murderer, the victim, I'm a license to a gun. I'm a sad, bruised old lady in an alley or in a slum. I'm a middle-aged businessman with chronic heart disease. I'm another teenage suicide in a street that has no trees. I am a 1 in 10, a number on a list. I am a 1 in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. Statistical reminder of a world that doesn't care. I'm a starving third world mother, refugee without a home. I'm a housewife hooked on Valium, a pensioner alone. I'm a cancer-ridden specter discovering the earth. I'm another hungry baby, I'm an accident at birth. I am a 1 in 10, a number on a list. I am a 1 in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. Statistical reminder of a world that doesn't care. I am a 1 in 10, a number on a list. I am a 1 in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. Statistical reminder of a world that doesn't care. I am a 1 in 10, a number on a list. I am a 1 in 10, even though I don't exist. Nobody knows me, but I'm always there. Statistical reminder of a world that doesn't care. Mew. Oops. Shit. Ah, there we go. Good evening, welcome to Raconteurs News After Dark. It is Friday. It's this Friday, and I hope you're all very well. We had a good week as well. I do, really, honestly. I know people say that, and you think, fucking bollocks, talks out of his arse. But no, I do. I hope you've had a good week. Ooh, I'm on my space station again. As you can see out to me, that side, there's stuff. And on that side, there's no stuff. So there you go. Stuff and no stuff. Stuff and nonsense, as it were. Anyway, let's say hello to some people in the chat room. I've been watching it going along, and I've picked up on a couple of comments as well while I've been there. Sorry about this. Yeah, looking fresh, Jason, just out of the shower. I am actually just out of the shower. That's very perceptive of you. I've just been in the shower. I went swimming today, and I come out of swimming, and because I'm fucking about with my leg, what I do is I get like showered in my pushchair when I'm like on my way out, and then I get dressed. I dry myself off, get dressed, and have a shower when I get home because I can't be asked. I can't stand up in a fucking shower. So
Yeah, so I've had and of course I can't shave my pubes while I'm uh, while I thanks, I smell nice too. I can't shave my pubes while I'm in public, so um, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so I don't do that. So I've had a shower when I got back, and I've just got out actually. So yeah, thank you very much for noticing and noticing my fragrance as well. I do smell very nice, don't I? I do smell very nice. Good evening to David, who's in the chat room, and Jimmy Hagan, Spanish Chicken, Miss Blue Sky, Alter Edge Media, which is me. Look, me. Because I'm watching on this other thing. Um, and who else is in there? Let me have a look fucking down here. Up here, should I say? Miss Blue Sky, good evening, Jimmy Hagan, Dinny Carr, Dennis, Dinny. I've got to tell you about overnight when we had a chat on Skype. Yeah, Health Freedom UK, good evening, Robert. Sorry, I keep calling you fucking Robin. I know you don't like it. And that's probably why I keep calling you, because I'm a right tosser. Somebody said they had TV license. I've started that anyway. They had TV licensing come today, so unlucky to them. Never mind. And the kid's trying to nick your leg and trip you up. That's right. You see, the rate gets. Well, you see, when you on a Friday when we come out, there's usually after I come out at changing rooms and into make out disabled because I get this disabled thing, this big long thing, this big thing like for disabled getting dressed and undressed and that. And when I come out, there's usually a queue of school kids ready to go in for the lesson, and they're all, yeah, oh, look at him, oh, look at that poor mister. So yeah, we've been swimming today, and I am looking clean and fresh and feeling clean and fresh, and I hope you are too. One or two things to tell you about. First of all, we've got the Telegram group. It's up and running. If you are on Telegram, here is the link for the Telegram group. That's the invitation for the Telegram group. So if anybody wants to click on there, it's just there. There we go. Spastic cubicle. Yeah, spastic cubicle. That's it. Yeah. The spastic cubicle. That's the one. That's where I'm going. That's where I go. Yeah, we've got a Telegram group, so it's there if you want it. I'll keep popping it up, and I'll stick it on a couple of the. I'll keep it on. I'll stick it on the underside of this after I've finished. If I can be bothered, I probably won't. But you know me, because you know me. Watson, what's the matter with you? You're farting about that. Just fucking settle down. Jesus Christ, dogs, eh? Dogs. And Andy worked the show tonight, weren't he? He was the mascot sat in my pushchair and waiting, and all he's doing is messing about. Yeah, so yeah, there's the Telegram group. It's there. Everybody can use it. You can, yeah, Miss Blue Sky. I've seen you on there. Thank you for joining. Everybody who's joined, Spanish Chicken's joined. Evening Sean Hamer. I can't remember if you've joined, but somebody has. Some people have. So you there you go. If things go tits up on YouTube, which they might do at any point, I'm not going to say, oh, they will at any time because they've got me shit and all this. No, I don't think I'm that important. So, but they may do. They may think, oh, I might say something one day that catches their algorithms. That then they say, oh, we don't want this channel here. So, yeah. So everybody, if you want to, it's there, and it's for everyone to can have a chat as well. So I've left it. It's not just so that you can see me. See what I'm posting because I don't really post very much, but it's just there so that everybody can get together. Everybody can get together, and I'll make announcements on that. Like, if I'm not going to do any, if I'm not going to do a show or something like that, if there's anything coming up, I'll announce it on there. Mahat Malevolence says got no phone, skint as fuck. I'm sorry about that, Mahat Malevolence, but I mean it works on. There is a desktop version. You can get it on a laptop. There we go. I think I've got somebody. Kendo just joined the group. There you go. I've got it on a. There you go. See, hang on. That's the picture of my wife. but it says Kendo joined the group. It should do. There you go. You can't see it. But anyway, it says Kendo joined the group. So thanks very much to Kendo, and thanks to everybody else who thank you. And he just says I just joined. Thanks, Kendo. So if you want to get on there is a desktop for. Let me. In fact, I'll put this in the banner. I don't know if I can, because you can't click it on a banner, can you? That's the trouble. But there is a desktop apparently for Telegram, so you can get on there. I don't know. It's just an idea that people have had. So I just thought, right, I'll do it, and I'll get it up there. Everyone can chat amongst themselves. I go on there quite a lot. For example, the other night I was talking to Dinny on Skype, and I posted a picture of Dinny, and posted a picture of Dinny. There you go. I want to send this fucker. Let me just send this. I want to show you this. This is just me and Dinny. We're having a chat overnight, and on Skype, fucking Skype. I mean, I can't even believe it's still going. And we were trying to phone everybody up, but there was nobody there. We even tried to phone Andy up, but can you post Cox, Jay? Have you? Chuck O'Celli. Good evening to Chuck O'Celli. Good evening to you, mate. I hope you're doing well. I've seen you. You're still doing your show and stuff. So there you go, Chuck O'Celli. If you want to have a good listen to stuff on YouTube, I think you're on YouTube, aren't you? Just let me know if you're not. But Chuck O'Celli's got a show. He's over there in the States. I don't know which part of the States, but he's. Well, when we last spoke to him, when me and Andy were speaking to him, spoke to him way back in the past. He was known as the blind. He's got impaired vision, so he was known as the blind JFK guy. So he knows all his stuff about JFK. In fact, we'll have to get him on. It'd be interesting to get you on. Get in touch with me, Chuck, and I'll get you on show, because it'll be good to have a chat with you after all these years. We've not spoken for quite a while. So yeah, brilliant. Nice to see you again. That's Chuck O'Celli. Have a look at his stuff. Really good stuff. O'Celli.com is best. Okay, MacCon GA, by the way. I don't know what MacCon GA. Oh, MacCon, is that Georgia? Georgia GA. I think it might be. But yeah, he's there over there in the States in MacCon Georgia. I think that's what it is. Somebody can put me right. Yeah, MacCon Georgia. Thank you very much. There you go, Dinny. Chuck. Yeah, but get in touch with me. Any point, I've got the chat. Let me just pop the email address is raconteursnews@outlook.com. That's the new email address. So Macon, Georgia, like bacon, right? Macon, Georgia. In fact, I've heard that before. Macon, Georgia. I think I've heard him mention that on The Simpsons. Yeah, Chuck, blast from the past. That's yeah, we've not spoken for years, but yeah, Macon, Georgia. Sorry about my, I'm fucking terrible at shit like that. But he's in Macon, Georgia, in the US, and hopefully we'll get him on in a few weeks or whenever he's ready, and we'll have a good chat with him and see what's been going on in his world, because I know you weren't very well for quite a while, Chuck. Yes, the World's Fairgrounds they visited on The Simpsons. Thank you. I'm sure it is, because they also said there were also a reference to the bridges of Madison County as well in there. I do remember that. I've got a memory for just like silly things that just stick in my head. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for that, Chuck, and welcome to Raconteurs News. Welcome back to Raconteurs News. David's in there as well. He's a double agent binary. Double agent binary, are you? Are you a double agent binary? Dean Yates, good evening to you, Dean Yates. There, as usual, I think you're a member of the Telegram group as well. So get in the Telegram group and get into the Telegram group, and then you'll find Oh, there you go. Me too. Anytime on my show, my friend. Thank you, Chuck. It'd be great to speak to you after it must be about 4 or 5 years. Many things have happened to me since then, and I know many things will have happened to you. So we've got a lot of catching up to do, and of course, yeah, what a great guy, a great wealth of knowledge as well. We could talk about Jeff or anything you want. So look out for that in the near future. Um, Dean Yates, David, Miss Blue Sky, Kendo. I noticed that Watson Bit My Leg is in there again. Good evening, Watson Bit My Leg. I know who that is, and you lot don't. And I'm not going to tell you who it is because they asked me not to. Spanish chicken. Anyway, what have I been doing? Well, the cube thing's gone. I've done the threes done. I've mastered the four now. So I am now today got myself. It's just come today. I've got myself a five by five Rubik cube. I know you can't see because the green bits are making it. But there you go. It's a 5 by 5 Rubik cube. It's pretty good, but I've only had a chance to take it out of box. Didn't come with as much packaging this time, but I'll let you know how I get on with that. I'll be starting that probably over this weekend, and not putting it down until I've sussed it. So there you go. Also on the guest front, I've had an email back from Bart Sibrel, and we are just in the throes of setting up the interview and seeing how that goes. Seeing if we can get that together. He's over in America. I think he's central time. But we're just sorting out. I've just had an email just before we went live, just from him saying. In fact, I got an email this morning that said, "Did we set this up? Did we set this show up or not?" And then I said, "No, we didn't set it up. I just inquired." And then he sent me a message back today saying, "Yeah, well, just asking basically what we're using, what we're going to be on, how long he wants before it's going to be live. That's all. How long I want him for." Whether it's going to be live and all that sort of thing. So look out for that. Bart Sibrel, who did a funny thing, happened on their way to the moon, and of course, Astronauts Gone Wild. He's hopefully going to be on the show. I'm going to try and get him on, not next week, because next week I've got a guest, and which I'm going to tell you about in just a second. This week, coming up Tuesday, I've got a guest, a special guest. I'm sure everybody will be wanting to listen to this guy and find out what's been going on. But essentially, well, it's Super Leeds. Super Leeds. I had a phone call from him yesterday, and we had a chat and everything. And I'm going up to see him on Monday, and I'm going to set up I'm going to do this. I'm going to set the show up beforehand so that I can just get. I'm going to set the show up beforehand so that I can go up there, and when I go up there, I can set his computer up so that I can just make it so that he just has to click one button, because obviously his eyes are not. He's not too smart at the moment, but I'll tell you what, he sounded chipper last night, and I've spoke to him earlier on today about 7:00 just before the show. So I spoke to him again, and he sounded really well on good form, and he was doing a quiz with his mum and his missus. So a YouTube quiz type thing. So he's doing okay, and we're going to get him on Tuesday. I'm going up to see him on Monday. I'm going to drive up and see him. I'm going to set all his computer up, make sure everything's ready, so that on Tuesday night, all he needs to do is just get it on. It's a lot, all he needs to do is click and he'll be on. It's going to be a lot easier than getting the phone, which is what I've done before. The phone's been up against the microphone and stuff like that. So Leeds is going to be on Tuesday, so don't miss out on that. I'm going to get Dinny on as well, hopefully Uni, and perhaps Webby as well. If Webby's about, I don't know what Webby's going to be doing. But we're going to have a bit of a reunion, and we're going to be talking about Tuesday night. If you want, great information, it's not going to happen. It's just ain't going to happen. But we're going to have a bit of fun, and it's going to be great to have Leeds back on as well. Don't forget, Leeds is one of the reasons that this is able to happen the way it is. So he pays for the StreamYard every year, and 3 years on trial, and he's been great. So yeah, we'll be there, and we'll get it. We shall have him on. He'll be on Tuesday. So what has been on your mind this week? I'll tell you what I heard today. First of all, I want to address some of these. Honda 4004, who was in the chat room before I started. I don't know if he's still in there. But he's talking about somebody called I had a look at who it were. I had a look at his name and I can't fucking remember it. Hang on. Holy Mother, Sin of God. Baron David Ward he was talking about, and he was talking about apparently this Baron David Ward has died. He died in May, apparently, last year. He was sort of a guy that was doing a lot of the freeman on the land stuff, as far as I can ascertain. He was doing a lot of this not, I wouldn't say freeman on the land, but this stuff that you might associate with Webby. I don't know. But somebody put in about him and about how some people have got into trouble when they've followed advice such as this and ended up losing their houses and stuff like that. Gone in half-cocked and not knowing what they're doing. And a testament to that, I remember there's this woman on Facebook, I don't know who she is, but I think she's called Stacey Wilkinson. And she's doing the same thing. She's going around all these places. She's become a bit of a celebrity in the alternative realms, whatever that fucking means. But she's become one of them, and people are she's going out and telling people how they can claim back their direct debits, do direct debit indemnity claims. Oh, there we go. Webby's here. In fact, you can fucking come on and talk about this, Webby, if you want to, mate. If you want to, you can come on and talk about this and let us know what you think. Because to be fair, I weren't really. And somebody's also put in chat as well that they had TV licenses at the door today. I wish I could have got Webby onto them. Lol, you got this. So there you go. So Webby, if you want to come on and talk about, if you want to come on and just tell us about what you reckon. Baron David's working with Liam's very dangerous battleground. Yeah, a lot of people losing their houses. But the point I was trying to make about this Stacey Wilkinson woman is that she's doing the direct debit indemnities. Now, that I did direct debit indemnities in 2008, so it's not a new thing. This is something that's been around for a long time. In fact, I got to know from it from a former friend of mine who was a friend of mine then. And I'd gone for a cup of coffee with him. I think we were in Meadowhall, and he was telling me how, because his business had gone tits up. He'd got a telecoms business, and it had gone tits up. And he'd claimed back his direct debit indemnities under the direct debit guarantee scheme. He claimed back any direct debits from that account, from his business account, which I think he ended up with about 26 grand in just one go. So he told me to do it. He said he told me how to do it, so I did do it. But the thing was I'd left. You see, I'd moved from where I was living. I was in a transitional period, so my old life was there with me daughter and my daughter's mum, and I'd moved on, and I was living with who is now my wife, and I did that, and I did about 8 grand. Now I got about 8 grand out of it, which were great at the time. The problem comes, and it wasn't a problem for me, but I can imagine it being a problem for other people. And this is what they don't prepare you for: is that these people are going to want the money back, and they're not going to go down without a fight. And you're going to end up with bailiffs at your door. So all I'm saying is, by all means, take these people's advice. Let me get fucking Webby. See if I can get Webby in. by all means, take these people's advice, but just remember you've got to be prepared that you're going to be you're going to be having bailiffs come at your door. People are going to be knocking at your door saying that they want the money back. So just have that in mind whenever you're dealing with anybody that's telling you this sort of thing, like this Stacey Wilkinson, and apparently like this this Baron. I don't know. Were you a real Baron? How is Super Leads, Jason? He's missed. He's like I said. I spoke to him today, and he's great. He's doing okay. I mean, he's not great, but he's doing okay. His eyesight's. I don't think his eyesight's going to come back. He can see a little bit, see shadows and stuff like that. So he's going to be on Tuesday anyway. So, and like I say, I'm going to go and see him on Monday, and set everything up so that he can jump straight onto StreamYard link without any messing about. So yeah, you'll find out Tuesday. But yeah, he's okay. Aid's okay as well. We've been swimming today, me and Aid. Nothing really to report. I did bang my stump getting out of pool again, which is a fucking pain in the arse. But you know, I did that. Oh, let me see if that picture's come up. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. So whenever you're doing stuff like that, just be aware that this is going to happen. I'm not warning you off. I'm not saying don't listen to people. I don't say don't listen to anybody. But I don't know if but yeah, it's you're going to have bailiffs at your door. These people want their money back. As far as they're concerned, you owe it them, and they're going to want it back. Which means you're going to have to you're going to have to sit tight, and you're going to have to stand your ground. So that's just a brief warning. I'm not trying to put anybody off. These cunts have been stealing from us for years. It's about time we took some back. Like I say, I did it back in 2008, and I got about $8,000 out of it. I just cashed in all my. I just took back every direct debit I'd done for Sky and all that from an old account that I'd got from my previous life, and I got about $8,000. And but they do come calling. They do want it. So don't just remember you've got to be able to stand your ground. If you can't stand your ground, if you're just going to capitulate, then there's no point in doing it in the first place, because you're going to end up in a worse place than you were before. And as somebody's already pointed out, Honda's pointed out on there, that there are people that do lose their homes. There are people that do lose their homes after using stuff. Look at Tom Crawford, for example. I know, look, it doesn't matter the rights and the wrongs and who was right and who was wrong and who's this and who's that and yada, yada, yada. They at the end of the day, he lost his home. He lost his house. He didn't get his bungalow back. So he lost it. So just think about the battles that you're going to get into. And I'd say get out. Don't go into any battles. I just don't do it. If you don't have to, if you can handle it, do it. But if there's things on the line like your home and your property, even your liberty in some cases, then just get it. Just get a wide berth. There we go. What's this say here? This is with Honda 404. Good evening, Honda 404 4004. I presume we can title ourselves as we wish. So at the time he related to Baron, but his PCN case was Mr. David Ward, and presume his land registry deed was also that. Okay, so it was also Mr. David Ward. That's where he tripped up. Right. Okay. I'm not really this guy. I'm not really up on, which is why I asked Webby to come on. But he's not. You have to pick your battles. You're going to lose majority of the time, and when you do get a win, they're going to come back at you. So you've just got to be careful. That's all. I'm not saying don't fucking fight. Fight as fuck, but if you nobble the pipe, your gas is free if you nobble the pipes. Oh no, non-violent extremist is talking to. Oh fucking hell, sorry. Non-violent extremist is talking to Dinny in uh, some language. Well, oh, fucking funny as fuck, Dinny. We were on the other night. Oh, Max Igan as well. Apparently, he's doing shows again, according to Dinny. So I did say to Dinny, I said, um, I said to Dinny, I said, "Right, look, I don't know how I'll ask people before I invite him on. Now, would you? Because I don't mind talking to him. But if anybody's got like massive, don't really want to hear what he's got to say, then fine. But I mean, he's always been kind to the show, and he's come on. Apart from that, I think once he missed, and then I didn't ask him again. So if I can ask him again, if you want Max Igan to come on, I shall endeavour to get him on, because Dinny said that the other night that he was doing fucking doing interviews. He said he was ready to do interviews and stuff again. So I'll get in touch with him. It looks like from the chat that you're all okay with that, Kendo. I said to Dinny, I said, what do you think to Max? And he says, I don't mind Max. He says, I'd go for a pint with him and I'd shake his hand and that. He says, but I don't think I'd suck his big, fat, juicy, delicious cock. So there you go. Max on, Max off. Max on, Max off. And he definitely did he say that. Yeah. He did say that. I've got it. I've got proof. Look, I'll show you proof that we were talking on chat. Yeah, look, there you go. That's me and Dinny on chat on Skype the other night. As you can see, that's me. And I'm on the left. I'm the one on the left is me, and the one on the right is Dinny. Now, I noticed that Dinny looks like a snow me. You know what I mean? Not a snowman or a snow woman. It's like a snow Jason. I think that's probably the wrong angle, but it looked very white and pale, and I just hope you're okay. I've got a lovely glow. Not quite same at the moment, I don't think. But there you go. So me and Dinny chatting on. We tried to ring everybody up. We tried to phone as many people as we wanted. Who's the pasty fucker? He's an Iceman. He is an Iceman. He's the top Iceman, the bald one. Dinny. I'll tell you what, we had a laugh. He's a funny bloke to just sit and talk to, to bounce off. You know what I mean? He makes me laugh. You know what I mean? The things he does makes me laugh. That probably won't make everyone else laugh, but yeah, I just thought it was funny. I was stoned as well, so not stoned. Did I say stoned? I doubt it very much. Looking like Christopher Lee, didn't he? One up the bum, no harm done. Almost alien-like. Yeah, so in the coming weeks, you've got to look forward to. On Tuesday, we've got Super Leeds, and following week, hopefully we've got Bart Sibrel coming on at some point, and I'll get Max Igan on as well. So there you go, something to look forward to. He's all white. See, he's all white. See, my missus is white. She's all. One day she was really hot in house, and I went into the kitchen, and I came out of the kitchen, and she weren't sat there, and she was just laid right in front of the television on the floor, completely stark bollock naked, and I thought a fucking snowman had fainted, but no, it weren't. Because she's ginger, see, she's all white as well. Not wrong with gingers, by the way. Good evening to Paula as well, if you're listening. Not seeing your name knocking about for a bit, but I take it you're listening. They do race, yeah, the race and Brill. Take that back, you cunt, Tony lol. Oh dear, boned. Yes, but what's a bit my leg? The good, the bad, and the ugly, lol. Which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly? That's it. Me and him thrown all into one. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, the bad, and two uglies. Who's good and who's bad? I think Dinny's the good guy, innit? He likes to lay in his fields and stuff. So, what we're going to talk about tonight? Well, I thought we'd go through headlines and see what the latest news headlines are. But I don't know if you've seen this, so I'm going to put this on screen because I found this interesting. Bollocks! Hang on. I found this interesting today. I heard it on Talk Sport. By the way, if you've got the link, Webby, you come on and you can do it. Get yourself on. We'll talk about that guy, or if not, then after I get to an hour, I'm going to put the thing out, and anybody can come on if they want. Anybody can come on and talk about all sorts of stuff, whatever they want. So that's going to happen at about on hour. We're at 36 minutes now, so it's not far. For 36 minutes, I've not been talking that long, have I? They should have built a giant centrifuge on the space station so the astronauts can sit instead of can sit in instead of exercising. Fuck it. I don't smoke all day and then I fucking get one of these on. There is this though. I did hear this on Talk Sport and I misheard it because I thought it said that it had been. I thought it was something different, but I found the article and it's interesting. It's an interesting article. Let me just pop this up here. Oh bollocks! I'll get used to this one day. You never know. Share screen. Very professional muting your splitters. Thank you, Eve. I am nothing if not professional. It's this one. I don't know if you've seen this one because I've not. I only heard it on Talk Sport briefly in the sports bulletin, a line, and I heard nothing of it. So we've got this here. It's the Mail Online, and it says Team GB's Olympic cycling chief. Hang on, let me get that in a minute. Fucking thing. Team GB's Olympic cycling chief signs a letter calling to stop transgender riders such as Emily Bridges from competing in women's events. I don't know who Emily Bridges is, but I'm assuming it's a bloke that calls himself Emily Bridges that now decides he's riding a bike for a living. Probably not good enough. Probably not good enough to do it himself in the men's. So. He's done it. He's doing it in the girls. Sarah Symington. Sarah. I don't know whether that's Sarah or Sarah. Sarah Symington is one of the most senior figures involved in British cycling. She is part of an alliance of 76 women to right to cycling's governing. Oh, Sarah's the Olympic cycling chief. She's part of an alliance of 76 women to right to cycling's governing body, the UCI, criticising the current transgender policy. The group say the UCI should rescind the rule that allows trans riders to compete against women. Now then, finally, somebody with some sense, some people in sport, some women in women's sport who see that this is destroying women's sport. Now, this is destroying women's sport. Women's sport and men's sport, it shouldn't mix. They just if it's all right, darts maybe, because it's not really a fucking sport, is it? It's just it's a game more than all else. So in sport, it's generally something that needs physical. It needs some sort of physical prowess, whether it's getting running fast, jumping over shit, or fucking swimming, or going around on your bike. It's no good if you've got people that are genetically more genetically bigger and stronger, just by because they've got a penis. And people will say, "Oh, yeah, but there's some men that are not as strong as women." And yeah, you're right. You're right. There is some people that are some men some women that are stronger than men. Fucking loads. But they're not trying to go into sports, are they? They're not trying to get into men's sports. Look, there was a whole kerfuffle, and I don't mind when we first started in men's football. When we first started getting women who were refereeing or linesmen. You can't even say that, can you? You can't even say fucking man of the match anymore. Jesus Christ. No, you can, but they don't. They don't say man of the match. They say fucking player of the match. But you see, but when I mean refereeing and being a line judge are completely different things. They don't have to compete. They don't have to push. You know, in football, you boom and you poof and your strength is a big part of your game. And so for men and women to be playing against each other, it makes no difference if it's a female referee, and that's good. Great, I applaud that. You know, a female referee, fine. A woman can see just as well as a man can see what's going on. If a woman can know the rules of football just as well as a man, but it's just the physicalness. So female officials in sport, you know, there's no problem there. But when you get into, you know, let's face it, it's all one way. It's men who transition to women to playing women's sport and become successful. And they usually previously been in the men's version of that sport and been somewhere around about 600. I remember John McEnroe getting a right load of grief from when he said something about Serena. I think it was Serena Williams, Serena or Venus. But he said, you know, men and women can't compete together. They can't. Women just cannot compete with men. It's as simple as that. And he gave an example. It was that Serena Williams was walking along with a coach who I think is a father, actually, or were at time. And to get some practice in, there were a guy who was on a practice court who was something like 600 in world. And she went on to the court to get some practice with him to have a match. And he just wiped floor with her. So this is a guy 600 places from the top of the men's game against a woman who's at the very top of the women's game. And he's just brushing her aside. And that's what's going to happen. We've got to learn from these things. We can't just these fucking feelings, nothing more than feelings. Remember that fucking MC Hammer advert years ago? But when he sang that, feelings, and that's all it is. It's just crazy stuff. But at least we've got something here now that we've got somebody is saying something. So let's have a look at the head of the Great British Olympic cycling programme has signed a letter calling for a rule change that would stop transgender rider Emily Bridges racing in women's events. Now, notice how they've worded that. They've worded it so that it's actually, they're saying that it's just against one person. That's what they're implicating. Like the letter would probably have nothing to do with that particular person at all. But they're making it appear as though it's an attack against Emily Bridges rather than an attack against the principle of females that have, transitioned males that have transitioned into females or fucking wrecked they have. I mean, they've still got knobs, aren't they, most of them, which should give them dragging in swimming pool, but we'll forget about that. But you see how they worded it so that it looks like it's transgender rider Emily Bridges, stop her from racing in women's events. See, this is where it goes. It's like started off as a piece where the headline makes you think, well, this is going to be a good piece, and then the first paragraph tells you it's not going to be a good piece because it is essentially. Let's see what they've got at the bottom. Where anybody said, "Oh, you know how they usually quote." Such and such said, "Fucking." Oh, by the way, this is it. That is Emily Bridges, and he could soon be eligible to ride in the Great Britain women's team. Oh, fucking hell! The UCI and British cycling policies have come under increased scrutiny since it emerged that Bridges, a former national junior champion as a male rider, was due to race against Dame Laura Kenny last week in last week's National Omnium Championships. Omnium cyclists thing. And I don't know. Oh, that's Sarah. That's Sarah Symington. And I'll tell you what. Oh, I thought it said she was 76. I'm going to say she looks fucking well for 76, but it doesn't say she's 76. It just says she's part of 76. But there you go. That's a real woman. That's a woman cyclist. That is a transvestite cycling. That is all. Oh, what have we got here? What's this shit? So there you go. Bridges was cleared to compete in British cycling after reducing her testosterone to the required levels, but she was then blocked by the UCI, whose guidelines allowed them 6 weeks to convene an expert panel to review a case. But at least they're doing something and they're talking about it. This is a big, big step. It seems like it's a big step forward, but actually it's a big step back. Back is what we need to do. We don't need to go forward. We need to go back when it comes to ideas like this. We need to go back to the idea that women compete against women. Officials are irrelevant. They just keep the game going. They just officiate, and so it doesn't matter whether the male, female, and whoever's playing the sport. It doesn't matter whether the female or male officials. We're talking about the people participating in it. UCI President David Lepartient admitted in an interview last week that the current rules on testosterone were probably not enough, but it remains to be seen whether Bridges will eventually be deemed eligible to race after the 6-week deadline. Let's see what they wrote. In the letter they wrote, recently, female athletes in the UK have shown you that they were willing to boycott their own national championships to get the UCI and British Cycling to hear the concerns about fairness in sport. That is how seriously female athletes are taking this issue, and we greatly respect what our sisters are willing to sacrifice to have their voices heard. We are saddened that this should have to be necessary. Why should it have to be necessary? It isn't necessary at all. The people that have implemented this, the people that have made it so that this is a thing, have got nothing at all to do with sport. They've got no interest in sport whatsoever. I can guarantee you that. There's nobody who's got an interest in sport and said, oh, I wonder what will make women's swimming a little bit more competitive. Oh, let's get some fucking blokes in. Of course not, because it's not even a level playing field. It's just complete and utter nonsense. You can drop the will now. Okay, I don't get that. Blah, blah, blah. The UCI blocked 21-year-old. Fucking 21 years old. Let's see what this woman's got to say here. This woman. If it comes on. It's probably going to be...
To my knowledge, they haven't, because they're too scared to. Sharon Davis has been in touch with them. And as I understand it, they are too scared to speak up. And I'm not surprised, because British Cycling have a policy which says, you must accept people in the gender in which they present. You cannot challenge this. And the University of Pennsylvania female swimmers who were up against Leah Thomas were silenced by the officials and coaches of their university and threatened with no jobs or whatever if they spoke up. In athletics, thankfully, in the last 48 hours or so, many more athletes, including currently competing ones, have been speaking up, and I'm so grateful to them, and really pleased to see that. It's easy for people like myself, Sharon Davis, Daley Thompson, we're all older, we're retired, but the younger competing ones, they have a lot to lose in terms of sponsorship contracts, fear about not being selected if they speak their minds. So I'm so grateful to them for speaking up, and I encourage other athletes who perhaps are too afraid to speak. To really speak up now, there is strength in numbers. We can't all be cancelled.
There we go. We can't. Oh, God. See what came up afterwards. Biden supportive as Olympic athletes speak out against China. Fucking Biden supportive. Fucking couldn't support his fucking sent. Mind out else, that fucking silly old bastard. But yeah, that I think that was that Sarah, who was the head, and so it's not just. It isn't just. It's not just cycling. It's swimming. It's all thanks to this woke nonsense that we've got at the moment. But like I say, when I heard that, I thought that was at least a step back in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll say you can go, no, move forward, he's forward, we go forward, we don't go forward. We go backwards. We're going backwards into like a fucking. We need to go backwards into how it was before, and people say, "Oh, yeah, you got to move it." Fuck off! I'm fucking sick of people telling me what my fucking opinions have got to be. They ain't got to be fuck all. You go and fucking shove your opinions, shove them up your arse, fucking chew on them, do what you want. Don't stick them down my throat. My opinion is no woman should be fucking. Forced to participate against a man in their own sport. None whatsoever. They shouldn't be forced. If they want to, fine. But they shouldn't be. They should not be. Let's stop screen. There we go. Yeah, so that did pop up in my mind earlier on, and I sort of made a little mental note of that, which is unusual for me. And I only really caught a little bit of it. I caught a bit of. I thought it said that cycling had outlawed, which they may very well do. But I thought it said they'd already outlawed put into place that trans wouldn't be. Yeah, fishing should be okay, Heath. Yeah, no problem at all with fishing and doggering. You know, you can go looking for doggers, not dogging doggers, but doggers. You know, like doggers on floor. That's a sport. But no, they shouldn't be mixed doubles at Wimbledon is okay. Yeah, of course it is, because it's the same. It's equal on both sides. It's not two men against two birds, is it? It's not. It's two men against. It's a woman and a man, and against a woman and a man. And I like mixed doubles. I like tennis. Tennis is a sport that I do watch. Trans OK sports. Charge OK. Yeah. Late tonight. I know. Hey, how? Who's that? Who's late? I can't see it. So South. Good evening, So South. Down there in Plymouth. On the Plymouth supporter anyway. He's down there in Plymouth. But yeah, Kirby. Yes, they can play Kirby against each other, but we're not talking physical sports. So, and Kirby's not a sport either; it's a game. Kirby's a game. So they should be. If we must, somebody put. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. Because I wanted to look at the comments, because this is Mail Online. Sorry, not Guardian. But it's Mail Online. Let me just share that again, and let's have a look at the comments of what people have said. Because you're not in Plymouth, okay? But you're a Plymouth fan. But you're down south. It's down south. It's so south that it's south. Let's have a look at comments. I've not had a look at this. I had a look at a couple, and there were one that were pretty good. But I thought to myself, I mean, that's never going to happen. It's the sense of entitlement. I'm entitled to win these competitions because, well, that's my entitlement. I now, and this is not against. This is nothing. Not a. This is not something that I'd say women do, but it's like I want to win. I want to win, and so if winning includes pretending you're a woman, but most of them don't go away though, do they? That's the thing. Here we go. This is I wanted to have a look at this, and most of these are positive, brave and stunning thing to do. You see, that's incredible. That's an incredible statement to say in this day and age. That not in this day and age, but at all. The Lord Uhtred, said it's a brave and stunning thing to do. I can't understand why it's not brave at all. It's just it's common sense. It's common sense that men play against men and women play against women. I mean, what are they going to do? Have even boxing? It's just going to be stupid. Definitely the right thing to do, says fedup.com. I know how you feel, fedup.com. So a fucking doctor rang me up the other day and he says to me, honestly, I had an appointment with doctor over the telephone because I just needed to sort out some stuff because there's plenty of stuff that I'm not taking anymore. Painkillers and things like that, fentanyl and fucking all that shit that they had me on when my leg were bad. That I'm not on anymore, and I just wanted it removing from the thing and get it sorted out because there's that many things when I go to order that I sometimes don't know what I'm fucking supposed to be ordering and not. So I got him to contact me. It took 2 weeks, but I had an appointment on Thursday, yesterday. And I'd not spoken to him for a while. And he said, "Oh, hello, Jason. How are you?" Because I'd seen him a lot before, obviously. He said, "Hello, Jason. And how are you?" I says, "How am I?" I says, "I feel like I'm the lead character in a very, very weird movie." Because that's just what it is. Because everybody's the same. Everyone feels like the lead character because it's from your perspective and it's from your point of view. So you feel like you're the lead character in this weird movie, and I don't know whether that would have got the Truman Show boys going, but yeah, it's fucking crazy. Definitely the right thing to do, says fedup.com. The normal guy. Yes, then good call. Okay, Keep It Blue says able men and women, along with disabled men and women, have their own competitions. Why not trans? If the interest is there, people will watch, and they won't, though, will they? Let's just face it, they won't. They have trouble getting people to watch women's football, and football's the most not important, but most popular sport in this country, in the world. Football is the most popular game in the world, and they have enough trouble getting people to come and watch women's football, which I've watched a couple of times. I won't go out of my way and I won't see it, but sometimes I flicked it on and I have watched stuff, and they have got some skill, and there's just not the intensity, but the skill and the technique, and it's all there. But when you've been brought up on intensity and strength and all that stuff, it's not quite for me yet. But I used to be like sort of my problem with women's football is that they try to make it exactly the same as men's straight away, whereas men's football has had like 200 years to get to this point. This is where it is from when it were invented 200 here in Sheffield, by the way. In fact, fucking not 2 miles from where I'm sat now. That's where football were invented, and it's had 200 years to be able to evolve and to become, what it is today. Whereas then you get women's football, instead of starting from the beginning and then seeing if they want to straight. It's Premier League. They want same wages. They want to fill the grounds, but they can't. They can't fill the grounds. They're having to give tickets away. And this is nothing against women. It's just a fact. It's just, and so is anyone going to watch trans football? Anybody going to watch trans football? Anybody, please, in the chat room, tell me that you're going to watch trans football. Tell me. Neil Sanders might watch it because, he likes that sort of thing. Football and people being inclusive and being able to do that. And there's no agenda. But wasn't invented. Was ahead of enemy. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. Who's going to watch trans football? Dinny's got a season ticket for Transport. You remember Transworld Sports? That used to be on late at night. It used to back in '90s, '80s, '90s. It used to be a show called Transworld Sport, didn't they? Oh, I've got to find that. See if it's there. I'm going to find that. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go back to Transworld Sport. Transworld Sports. There we go. Transworld Sport. Originally stylized Transworld Sport. Still used in some television listings. Is a sports oriented. Let's get it up. Wikipedia. So they could do this. They could take this channel over. It were a channel made for them all them years ago, and they could use this, couldn't they? This channel. There we go. Transworld Sport. There we go. Transworld Sport, TWS, originally stylized Transworld Sport. Still used in some television listings and electronic program guides, is a sports-orientated television program produced by IMG Media in London, England. It is shown worldwide on a variety of syndicated television channels. Blah blah blah. It's the longest-running weekly international television sports program. Name me another. And has been in continuous production every week since the 5th of May 1987. 34 years ago. Today, 34 years ago today. Really? Because that would be weird, wouldn't it? 5th of May 1987. It's every week since. No, it can't be. 34 years ago. Today, it's shown in over. Fucking hell. I have to learn to fucking read, didn't I? Did you hear that? Fucking knobhead. Now, where were I? You see, I ain't got my finger under the thing. I should get my finger underneath. Today, it is shown in over 50 countries with a household reach of nearly 200 million. For over 25 years, Transworld Sport has brought the top names and events together with offbeat and esoteric stories from world of sport. There you go. So Transworld Sport, Trans have got their own sports channel now. Well, they got they've got their own sports program. It's all there. What can we do? Can we encourage them? Shall we see if we can put I don't think I'll be able to, will I? But yeah, that would be interesting. So there is a precedent for a trans sport program, and maybe some people will watch it. Apparently, it reaches 200. The household, that's the thing. The household reaches 200 million. So that's how many households can get it, but it doesn't necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean that 200 million people watch it. But it's got a reach of 200 million people, which is not bad. So there you go. You've got your own TV program. If there's any trans watching, any of these lovely people here that transition, or don't even have to with transition. Just say you might want to, and then they'll fucking give you an hockey stick or a fucking netball or something, and then you can become the best. If you want to be the best and beat the rest. I can't wait till it comes to boxing, because that is just going to be a fucking. I can wait, because the one thing I don't want to see is a fucking woman getting beat to fuck in a fucking ring. In fact, I don't want to see a woman getting beat to fuck at all. So, where do we end it? Where does it stop? It's got to stop somewhere. For that reason, it's got to stop at some point. For that very reason, can you imagine the man versus woman first fight, man versus a woman? How many people? How much box office would it make? See, this is what they love. They love all this shit. These people that fucking just live off other people's fucking misery. Because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Those people are mentally ill. And what you're doing is you're making money out of their illness. It's an illness. And it's not even one of good illnesses like fucking alcoholism. Alcoholism, at least it's a fucking good illness. You have a good time, don't you, while you're doing it? When you're alcoholics. So, what fucking hell, I forgot where I am. Where am I? So yes. So Transworld Sports It's got to stop somewhere. It has to stop somewhere. There's got to be a point where it stops, and that I think is going to be when it gets to. Well, I don't know, this cycling and the swimming stuff that's been going on in the last few weeks. The Tia, where Leah Thomas, who was that swimmer. I saw a fucking brilliant picture where he stood on the thing. He stood on the thing. On the, what do they call it? That thing they stand on before they fucking jump in. Anyway, he stood on that, and he's like, limbering up and got his fucking thing on, and his fucking bathing costume, or so his fucking bikini, not a bikini because they don't wear bikinis, a bathing costume, that thing that he's got a woman covering his fucking no tits up. I mean, he must be really embarrassed. Does he go into the same fucking? Does he go into the same fucking dressing room as them? Do they want? I mean, does it? That's a question. How do they feel about that? How do they feel about that? I mean, folks, but there's a interesting picture, and you can see his fucking packet. I don't know whether it's been photoshopped or what, but he's got this fucking bulge where where his bulge would be, and he's stood there looking, and he's on this thing, and he's all ready to go and everything, and then the line above it says, "My eyes are up here, guys," like a woman would do if you were looking at her tits. Where you go, "Excuse me, my eyes are here." Oh, fucking brilliant. I can't watch sport now, says Dinny. It's so fucking fucked up with shite. It is fucked up with shite, man. Completely fucked up shite. And we can't be having it. We can't be having it. It's got to sports. Apart from fucking polo, they can play together. What do you reckon? How many trans polo players do you reckon there are? Or croquet? Let's fucking see what's going off here. I fucking noticed as well. There were no fucking one-legged curlers. I was a bit offended by that. Because all that, I've only got one leg, but I used to love skidding, and I'm watching them skid now, and they've all got two legs and everything. I feel offended. Should I? Should I write in? Tony bought some of David Beckham's Y fronts. Okay. Jason for the high jump. I can't see I can't work out what's going on in here. I get a longer version on here, but if it starts going, but it is. It's still how many trans? Come on, someone Google it. How many trans polo players? All these fucking posh sports that they play. Fucking how many trans fucking polo players? Polo or fucking croquet? How many? Not fucking many. I've just gone to read my book, and all it says is what Dinny said. Yeah. So what are they going to do? Let's just fucking have a laugh. Let's see what's on news. We're going to do Pigeon news tonight as well. So tell all your friends to pop along from in about 15, 20 minutes, and we'll do Pigeon news. Anybody had a Kinder Surprise recently? Because Kinder Surprises have got salmonella. Share screen. Chrome tab. It's good, this, It's good stuff. This is better than what's on telly, I'm telling you. And you're with friends. Here you go. Belgium orders Ferrero plant to shut over Kinder salmonella link. Salmonella. Fucking hell. I wish I'd fucking carried on fucking drinking, me. Can't fucking speak since I stopped drinking. I probably couldn't speak then, but I just didn't realise because I was fucking pissed. Belgium orders Ferrero plant to shut over Kinder salmonella. Can't say it, I'm going to stop. Salmonella link. Sabina Nessa. Who's Sabina Nessa? Oh, she's died. She's Kochi Salamaj. Kochi Salamaj has killed Sabina Nessa. She's a school teacher. That's terrible. Fucking bastard. Sunak has US green card while Chancellor. He had a US green card while he were a Chancellor at this country. He had a green card. And his wife says she will now pay tax in the UK. Yeah, I bet she fucking will. What, she started smoking? Because that's the only fucking way she's going to start paying tax in this country. Fucking, she's like Richard and Queen or something, isn't she? See, again, Rishi Sunak, this is all distraction. This is, all right, she's a billionaire and he's been doing this, but this is all gone. It's nothing we can do about it in future. You know, apart from they'll have an inquiry and then say, we're going to have an inquiry and then we're going to make recommendations, and then them recommendations will just be completely fucking ignored. Then same shit will happen again in a few years' time. There'll be an inquiry about that, and that'll go back to the other inquiry and say, why weren't these recommendations implemented? And then they'll say, well, we need to implement these recommendations. So they'll say, yes, you need to implement these recommendations, and they won't be implemented because there's no fucking rules for them. Fucking hell. You see, and that's distraction. It's not really anything we can do out about. You can tell everybody. Yes, I'll get to that, Watson, bit my leg. But it's not what we can do out about. It's not like we can just go, you know, it's just a distraction. And all this war that's going on, and there's fuck all on here. There's fuck all. That's Sky News. There's no about Ukraine. Nothing. I saw somebody earlier on said that BT had got in touch with him and asked them if they were, hey, evening Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's in the house. Yeah, I'll put it up on screen because they can't see you in there. They can't see her in there, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's in the house. Yeah, what were I talking about? No, we're talking about something. The misdirection. And Ukraine, again, someone, I saw today, somebody posted that BT had phoned them up and asked them to, or BT Sport or something, had asked them to donate £10 for Ukraine. And they said, I don't even subscribe to BT Sport. Wi-Fi exile to Facebook. I'm going to read these acts. You can't see them. Wi-Fi exile to Facebook. Hi, Wi-Fi. Everyone say hello to you, Wi-Fi. Good evening to you. He's got his own secret lair. There you go. He's in his own secret lair. He's found a way to interact with everybody on YouTube, but not see what they're saying. So, there you go. Wi-Fi's in. But that's it. I forgot what I was doing. I forgot what someone tell me what I would. I get sidelined. I'm fucking useless. Absolutely useless. Ukraine. That's it. Ukraine. They're asking money for money for Ukraine, but that's gone down. I saw a house today that had got a Ukrainian flag. In fact, we were coming out of Hades. I just picked him up, and we were on his way. Come out of his cul-de-sac. You coming out of school and someone's got a fucking Ukrainian flag hanging out a window, and I thought, you fucking pricks. I mean, what is wrong with you? What is fucking wrong with you? You see, I saw somebody today. I saw somebody today, right, that had a fucking gay pride muzzle on. A gay pride muzzle. You know, a mask. Who's wearing masks? Who's wearing masks? Nobody wears masks. Nobody wears masks, do they? Nobody wears masks. And yet this cunt's got a fucking got one with with gay pride on it. get, that rainbow thing. They've nicked rainbows off us. Fucking bastards, aren't they? Fucking bastards. Rainbows. I remember when there used to be rainbows. There were a pot of gold at the end of rainbow. I think Jimmy O did a video about that the other day. About a pot of, there used to be a pot of gold at the end at rainbow, and now it's I can't remember what he said it were. But there used to be a pot of gold. As it gets it, Floyd, Pink Floyd. They're doing a song for Ukraine. Pink Floyd. Essentially, they are Willie Nelson out of Wag the Dog. That's what they are. UK will be locked down against this again this winter. Yes, you know what? I would not say that that's going to. I wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, because you've got to remember is this: they've just fucking banged all fucking prices up for energy by 54%. The cap's gone up 54%. So people's energies rises is going up by 50% easily. But they've done it in summer, so we don't feel it until we're used to it. So summer's starting. It started on April 1st. Summer's starting. We're not having eating on as much, so you're not really noticing it. You're thinking, well, it is more, but I'm not noticing it as much. But then when it comes to winter, and people will start to notice it, will start to think, well, it's costing me an absolute fucking fortune. And of course, winter's the Christmas time where people generally spend more money. Normal people spend more. I don't spend any more fucking money. But I do. The people spend more money, and so money's going to be tighter. And if they lock you in your house, then you're going to have to be heating all day, especially if kids are off school. Heating's going to have to be on all day. Heating, lighting, electric, kids doing stuff. This is what it is. Well, because it started and it's starting to get warmer, because they've done it when it's starting to get warmer, we're not going to notice it as much, and it's really going to bang home over the winter. And if that includes being locked in your house, then you've got no choice but to use your own electricity. You can't say, come on, let's go for a pint somewhere or somewhere, go and sit somewhere, or go around and see a friend and sit in their fucking house. Not because of that, but you can't go anywhere because you sat in you're in your own house. Because if you're at your friend's house, no need for your heating to be on. So the look, here he goes. Look, Dinny. Fucking Dinny again, look. Look what this is. Look at this stuff here. When I were a lad, fucking Ovis advert comes on. But Jason, I was kicked up in a house with no heating or indoor bog. Oh, poor old Dinny, but we've got indoor bogs now. Aren't you pleased about that? Or would you like to go back to them days? Din. No heating or indoor bog. Yeah, I was. I was brought up in a house with no heating. And one of the houses had no indoor bog when I were a kid. So I know what you're talking about. But, we've moved on from then, haven't we? We've got, they just go straight for pockets these days. Whereas they didn't put out in pockets them days. They do now. They put something in your pocket and then they take it out again. And that's how we're the fifth largest economy in the world, is because we get more shit circulating. We've got more credit, I would imagine, than most countries in the world, much bigger than us. Credit as in people, population of people have got credit. Again, it's all commerce. It's all going round and round and round and round and round and round. And then the ones at the fucking bottom, they're the ones that are going to fucking, they're the ones that are going to suffer. And that's us. Weefy Man again, he says, wolfclanmedia.org names all of the characters in their CORONA movie. Brilliant work. CRO or CO or is this? I think this is it's chemistry. I love chemistry. Right, what's CO? CO, is that coronium? CO. What's that on? table. I don't know what you're talking about, Weefy, honestly, man. I can't do chemical equations at this time. I know H2SO4 and that's about it, I think. Cheers, Weefy, though. I know it were Corona. It's comedy, man. I don't know why I have to explain myself. It's like I was explaining myself to Dinny overnight why it were funny to say, I like Max Igan. I go for a pint with him, my chicken by hand, but I won't suck his big, fat, juicy, delicious cock. That's what because it's funny. It's just funny. And I had to explain it to him. Anyway, it's like have you seen what I wrote in the description? I put zombie. I put zombie acropolis instead of apocalypse. See, this is the funniest thing. I try to be funny. It don't work. I have to explain myself. No, you're all right, Reefy, man. I was just joking with you, but yeah, I knew what it were. I just thought, I I'd fuck about. No Mac joke. Do you know? I think I thought it were. I do remember Norm Macdonald saying "big fat, juicy, delicious cock," and I couldn't remember whether I got that from him or I, and I know it were definitely inspired by him. Definitely what I thought. But yeah. H2SO4 in farts is very dangerous, says Chris Partridge. CMB, I woke up half hour before I went to bed. I tell you what, this somebody did a. Oh God, yeah. Somebody said I went to bed in my Gladys Knight t-shirt last night. It got me through the night. That sort of thing. I went to bed in a such and such t-shirt, and then it were a pun on a line of theirs. Fucking hell. Let me find him. I'll just find him because I want to. I just want to. Wait, fucking join in it. What the fuck? Oh, do you know? Fucking shit, Facebook's wank. I don't even know why I fucking use it. I don't even fucking use it. I just use it to look up David Ward. But Webby's obviously not ready. Oh, yeah, I wanted to get that picture up as well. I took a picture, did I? Where's the fucking picture? I'm going to have to email this to myself, and then I'm going to have to put it up because this is the funniest picture. I said, "Oh, let's do a selfie." Anyway, fuck off. You talk amongst yourselves and see if you can come up with any of them things. I went to bed in my Spandau Ballet t-shirt, and when I woke up, I felt gold, or whatever. That sort of thing. God, what were it? Johnny Sinclair, that's the guy. But he was putting a load of these up, and some were funny and some weren't. And you see, I don't even get this one. But I went to bed in my monk t-shirt last night and woke up round midnight. Does anybody get that? No, I didn't. I didn't put it on Telegram. Not that one that I put on Telegram. There's a different one. Slept in my Led Zeppelin t-shirt last night. Woke up dazed and confused. Can you see where this is going? So me being me, I had to do a reply. I went to bed in my Soft Cell t-shirt last night. I woke up with a cock in my mouth. Oh dear. Fucking hell. Right, I've got to email this. I've got to email it to me, son. this is what I'm going to email this picture to me, and it's I'll show it you. It's very funny. Here, like, get on if you want. Let me put thing through. Let me put thing on. Get Dinny. Get your son on, Dinny. Get your son on. It's Friday night, isn't it? You know, we're not here supposed to be here doing out. Oh, where the fuck is it? Oh no, that's where it is. It's on my fucking pad. Battery's fucking 15%. Yeah, so yeah, me and Dinny are having a chat. That's it. That's it. I took a screenshot. I've got to post that. I've got to send it you. Oh no, hang on. Save. Okay. Right. So I'll email this to my son. Sorry about this. So if someone wants to come on, get somebody on. Someone come on. I'm not talking. I'm talking about for Jimmy. Oh, that Jimmy. I watched that Jimmy Savile thing on Netflix last night. Fucking hell. No much fucking new, but yeah, it were fucking weird, weren't it? He were a fucking weird fucking. I says to my missus says to me, it's amazing that nobody fucking knew. You know, nobody knew. I said, well, you can see they did know. And like, she said, well, you know, obviously people know. Looking at him now, you can see. And I said, yeah, but the difference is, back then, don't forget, he's got mates who were fucking the Queen and all these. He's got his mates with the Queen and Charles and Andrew and all the and Princess Diana, because she used to go and meet him on her own. And so he were in with this crowd. And so if you, no matter whether you thought it, because at that time, I'm not talking about now, but at that time, they were more revered. Those people were more revered, and they would have thought, well, the Queen wouldn't have that sort of person here. You know, whereas we know now, MI5, obviously, everybody fucking must have known. Because you know MI5 would have fucking known. And then there were an interview as well, that they were part of an interview that he did in 2007, I think, 2 years before he died. Fucking hell. Com. Okay. Right. Yeah, so fucking what a wanker. There we go. And I'll send that to myself, which should come straight through to here. This is brilliant. It goes straight through by the power. I'll tell you what I did watch other day. No, I won't. I can't remember what it were. I went to bed in... Hang on, here we go. No, thank you. It's just come through on computer. I went to bed in my Pink Floyd T-shirt and woke up comfortably numb. Have I missed any of these? I went to bed in my Supertramp T-shirt. Did I have kippers for breakfast? What? I'm telling you, Rezzy, he's gone cock mad. I watched Jimmy Savile thing last night. Also, yeah, it weren't very good watching. It weren't very pleasant watching. You know, when you know what you know, when you know what's coming and what he's fucking doing to these fuckers, it's fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking. Absolutely terrible. Absolute. Does he say absolute monumental bollocks? Monumental bollocks. Does he still say that, Richie Allen? I've not heard him for a while. Dinny should know. Thought you were coming on, Dinny. Are you not feeling very well? Everyone's not feeling very well tonight. It's just me. I'm only one in any sort of mood to be able to do this. What can you do? Add an overlay. You're going to love this one. I took this. There we go. I didn't put it up. Right. I took this other night when me and Dinny were talking. Now, this was a weird thing, right? I'm going to show you this picture. I took this picture. I took this picture. Right, there you go. So that's Dinny at the bottom, and behind him, that's my telly because I'm doing like I'm pretending like I'm doing tour, a picture of us together, and that's my telly. Well, that's you can see top of my head and telly because it's in like little corner bit. Well, I'd paused it on that because I think it was something called Naked Attraction, and it were on. And when I decided to ring Dinny up, when I decided to ring Dinny up, I paused it. Even though I weren't really watching it. I was doing my cubes. I was fucking about with my cubes. And so I'd paused it. So I didn't even notice it were on. He says, will you fucking believe what you want? But anyway, I didn't even know it were on. Anyway, a little bit later on, I'm still talking to Dinny and it's still paused. And then I hear its fucking floor upstairs. And then I hear my missus come downstairs and I look up and I think, I've left that fucking cock on fucking telly. I'm here, sat here talking to Dinny. She knows Dinny. She knows she knows I talk to Dinny and that. And I says to Dinny, I says, she's fucking walking downstairs and there's that fucking cock on telly. And she come downstairs and didn't notice it on the way past. But then noticed it on the way other way around. What the fuck? What? I thought, no, I'm just talking to Dinny. Well, what's this fucker here? What's with cock? Oh, dear, it was funny as fuck, man. It were hilarious. You had to be there. Wait, if you were there, I was fucking creased over. I just kept throwing cocks at him all night. He just kept going, you're a cock, mad. You're cock. In fact, I might even have a clip of that. See if I can set here something. Fuck off, you cock. Oh, did you do this one? Which one is it? That one. When you I think you were doing shaking salt into your mouth. I've got him, Dinny. I've got him, mate. You best get your arse on here, or I might show these, I'm only kidding. I'm not a blackmailer. No, it was something else I wanted to get him. I think this one. Beating off cocks all night, yeah. This one. Say hello, Dinny. Hello, there you go. That's Dinny on Skype. That's what Dinny looks like. He looks like me, doesn't he? Apart from I look like proper coloured one, not like you. Dinny looks like a snow me. Good old Dinny. Yes, we were talking. Dinny was beating off cocks all night, slinging cocks all over the place in here. I know, it's just, look, we're just having a bit of fun, aren't we? It's Friday night, for God's sake. Hey, I'll tell you what I did see, and if you get a chance to see it, I'll go and have a look. But I saw fucking Sean Atwood had got Dave Weiss on. In fact, did I say something about it? I said that's on later. Did I say that? I think I said that's on later, didn't I? Oh no, we're on something else. Anyway, Dave Weiss were on Sean Atwood, and I saw a bit of it live, and it got this bloke on. So it weren't Sean Atwood talking to Sean Atwood was just sat in corner like a fucking Belengue. And this bloke just kept coming out with fucking all this, it's mathematically fucking this, that, and he kept talking over top of Dave. I know that's difficult to imagine, but this bloke was fucking talking over Dave and drowning Dave out and getting over top of him. And to be fair, Dave couldn't really fucking do all. He couldn't really get around it. All this bloke was doing, calling him an idiot, and you're fucking stupid this, and you're fucking that. And he came, the bloke who called himself Professor Dave, not that's the other one to Dave Weiss. Professor Dave, yeah, that's him. Honestly, I couldn't watch it after a certain amount of time because I just felt for Dave Weiss. I thought this guy's not even giving him a chance. He's not making any points. He's then saying things that are just impossible to fucking check. While you're in a debate, just hang on a minute while I go and get me fucking one of them things that you get, me set square and me fucking what them things that you geometrists use, a geometryist thing. See, it's just fucking utter fucking bullshit bollocks that this cunt were talking. And Dave, I think Dave were a bit blindsided and weren't ready. I think he were ready for a different type of. He'd probably had a look at Sean Atwood's show and thought, well, I'm going to be in for a pretty easy ride with this guy because he don't know his fucking ass from his elbow, and he's a fucking. Look, I don't fucking like Sean Atwood. He's a fucking piece of shit. But he's probably looked at his show and thought this is what sort of right, and he's prepared for that show. Now, if he'd known that this fucking other guy were on, get Max Igan on. Why do you want to suck his fucking big fat juicy delicious cock? If he'd known this guy run, and maybe he did, I don't know, but he probably didn't know as much about this guy and looked at Sean Atwood's show and then sort of got an idea of what it were about and prepared for that. I think, and he were blindsided. So if you could have a listen, but you won't be able to listen for long because this guy's fucking obnoxious and fucking a complete and utter fucking dickhead. So if someone's got an opinion and they've got what they want to say, then say it. But don't just call someone else an idiot. I mean, even Webby, when he's saying, he don't say people are idiots. He just says, I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to do. I just don't know. What can you say? Jimmy, evening, mate.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, how you doing? Look at that. Fuck, it's dead moody. Yeah. It's like an album cover.
I was looking back at some of the comments the other night. Yeah, somebody did mention an album cover or something. I don't know. Maybe so. It just looked like an album cover. But yeah, this Sean Atwood fucker, right? Is it true that he's a fucking cunt?
I think consensus, the general consensus amongst people that that have had dealings with him or know him, I think that's the general consensus that he's a fucking cunt. I mean, we're in prison, weren't he? We're a drug dealer.
He's been messing around with some of the nastiest fucking cunts, from what I can gather, some of the nastiest cunts on the planet. And he's up to his fucking neck in it, and he's going around. And you know what? One of the things that I've been thinking about is this fucking thing of projection, right? He spends an awful lot of fucking time on this fucking pedo shit, right? And is he fucking projecting?
Oh, Sean Atwood?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they were all that kerfuffle with that last, weren't they? That sex, somebody who'd been sexually abused that was stopping with him, and there was that video and everything where he'd got Dan dressed in a schoolgirl's uniform and Dan at his, knelt in front of him, shall we say? Have you not seen that?
I haven't, but I get a sense of people, I watched some of his stuff for a while and I found it a little compelling, but I get a sense of people after a while, and I just get a sense that I don't like him, there's something just doesn't add up. And Uh, when I hear somebody that's just focused on one particular fucking topic, like and it's all pedo, and it's like, are you telling me that this is your fucking life?
Well, listen, I got this stuff. I've seen this video that had been done, that he'd put up on his channel, and he'd got a sex abuse victim who was staying with him. He was supposed to be protecting her, and all they were doing, he posted a video where she was dressed in a school uniform and knelt in front of him and sort of saying, you know, rude things and daddy and all that sort of thing. And it, I just, for me,
That's
that's gone. If he wants to talk about paedophiles, he's talking about him fucking because he knows so much about it. Is because he's interested in it, and not in a
yeah,
healthy way, not in a
yeah,
I'm going to write a book Pete Townsend way. Well, probably the same way.
yeah. No, you're spot on there, Jay, because that's projection what he's fucking doing, like and it reminds me because like it's the whole Savile issue. Like I didn't get to finish the whole Savile thing last night because it's in two parts, right? And I watched the first part, and I just felt very very disappointed in the first part of the Savile thing on Netflix, and I was just thinking, you cunts, you're just dancing around the fucking topic here. You're not going to fucking really address the really serious fucking incidents, like and it just seemed to be like a portrayal of Jimmy Savile as this fucking god among men, really, and then it was and painted around it was like these little rumors of people exposing sort of pedophilic links. Now I have to get back into the part two of it because maybe they just go a little, maybe they take it a step further in part two. But as far as part one goes, I thought they just fucking danced around the topic. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I've watched part one and part two, and I know what you mean about part. Look, I watched it with my missus last night, and obviously we talked about it. And I just kept saying, I kept having to shut my mouth because somebody would say something, and I'd say, you know, look what they're saying, but that's not really what they're saying. They're saying something else, but what they're doing is they're hiding it behind something. You know what I mean? So instead of saying, well, everyone knew, but we were shit. Nobody said everyone knew, but we were shit scared to say out. They just said everybody knew, but they it was like an open secret, but nobody said anything because of their own. Not because they agreed for their own fucking well-being, so they could keep the jobs.
Yeah, that's it. Like that's the way it was back then. But even with the first part, like I can only really talk about the first segment of the show on Netflix. Even there, they didn't really address the fucking issues on the first segment. I'm kind of hoping that part two, because I fell asleep last night. I was tired, Jay, because I'd be working during the day, and you know, and like, and I just tend to fucking pass out at a certain stage of the night. So I got to see part one quite clearly, and I was just disappointed because it just says, look, I get a sense here that you're going to talk about it, but not talk about it.
Yeah, they got into it in part two. They got more into it. I know part one was
Okay.
what he was, and I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to portray what he meant to people before before all this stuff came out, and how you know what people are like. People are fickle, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I think they wanted to portray what he meant to people before all this. And when you got people, because they had people in the second part, they had people in at his funeral. They were talking to news reporters. You know how news reporters hang about at funerals and stuff like that. they got people like that, and I just thought it would be interesting if they got those people again afterwards and said, "Now, what do you think?" You know, because it weren't that long after, were it? And I think it weren't even a year after his death that it all came out. So, you know,
They pulled up some really interesting clips, though, Jay. There were some really interesting clips that they did pull up that I thought were really telling, and that, like, looking back now, the way he was speaking about about what he thought of the people who followed him and stuff like that. You know, it was like he didn't hide it either. You know, he was quite open about, but he said he told the truth about what he was and and what he actually really was, but it was kind of like in a very, very hidden way that you might not notice.
No, I'll tell you. I'll give you an analogy. I'll tell you how I put it, and
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
from a book I read from years ago,
right,
and this is
okay,
this is how I'd see him, and the things that he said. Like you said, he did tell the truth, but he
mm,
said, sorry, I read a book few years ago, many years ago, about 20 years ago, by Al Franken. I don't know if you know Al Franken. He's
no,
he's a libertarian sort of geezer in
okay,
America. He's and a comedian. He used to write on Saturday Night Live. But I'd written a book called, and I'll never forget when I went into the look on the bloke's face when I went into the bookshop, in the independent bookshop in Rotherham, and said, "Have you got a copy of Lies and the Lying Liars That Tell Them by Al Franken?" And they go, they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. Anyway, they found it, you know, realized they weren't taking piss, found it on
right,
computer and ordered
right,
it, man. Anyway, on one of those pages, because Al Franken's, he says on one of the pages, he says at the beginning, he says everything in this book is true or it's a joke, right? But some things are truth disguised as a joke. What I like to call joking on the square. So if you're joking on, so you're telling truth, but you're joking, you're saying it in a joking way. You know what I mean? And so
mm-hmm,
he says, so some it's either true or it's a joke, and sometimes it's true and a joke. But it's called joking on the square, so you don't know whether it is. And a little bit further on in the book, and I thought, I wonder, I wonder I thought to myself, I wonder if there's any examples of that, because I was fascinated by what that meant, you know, and how people do that, and how it's a personality trait. And a little bit later on in the book, he said, on the something day of a Jewish festival, which just there's a date that's a Jewish festival, which just so happened to be September 11th, right? 2001. Sorry, on the Summit Day festival, day of this festival, somebody told me not to go to my office in the World Trade Center the following Tuesday, and I didn't. And then, of course, that's what happened. September 11th happened on that day, right? So what he's intimating is somebody told him that not to go to his office on September 11th at this Jewish festival that he was at over the weekend or just prior, or either on that day. Anyway, you can find it. It's in book if you can be bothered to read it. But like I found that interesting that he made that into a joke, but yeah, actually you suggest that that's true, couldn't you?
yeah, yeah.
He was saying it. He was like making it like it were a joke, but it could have been true. Joking on the square.
That seems to be kind of like the story of Savile's life. I mean, what I did see so thus far is I did learn something about him actually that I didn't know before, that he was a wrestler, and so putting two and two together, he was a very, very hardy fucker, right? And from what I've gathered then from the series is that like it, there 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 was abuse because it was released in that newspaper article about how he would deal with certain individuals and he kicked the fuck out of them, right? So I tell you what, he was a nasty piece of work, really, and this was all in the open, like, but the way it was presented in the newspaper articles was, it was kind of like it was strange, it wasn't hidden, like there was something wrong with this fucker, he wasn't the sweet Jim will fix it that we fucking grew up thinking. Because I remember watching Jim will fucking fix it. I was a kid. I really was. I was about 7, 6, 7, 8 at the time. And I remember watching the cunts. And as if butter wouldn't melt. And then to learn now that like he was, because I never studied it too much. It was enough to know that he was fucking shagging corpses in a fucking hospital, like. Um, but then to learn last night that like he had this history of um, violence, right? Which I never had attributed to him before, because I hadn't researched him, That I found that interesting.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. See if that's fucking was just sent me an email. By the way, new email address. It's raconteursnews at outlook.com. Sorry about that. Dinny turned up and then disappeared. So if you're there, Dinny,
man.
get your send back on.
Can't stand those aliens. They've beamed our fucking Dinny up. They're probably fucking inseminating him now with some fucking spastic fucking offspring now. And God knows what he's going to bring on.
Wicked Joker, Jimmy O's in as well. Good evening, Jimmy. How you doing, mate? I hope you're okay. And don't forget, I'll post the link to the fucking thing. Oh, where the fucking hell?
The Wicked Joker, that just when you need him, he turns up brilliant,
He's a big fan of Savile, he says.
I hope he brought a cigar with him,
I'm just going to post this link to the control. See? I'm just going to post this link to the Telegram group.
I just wondered, did James ever get to sit on Jimmy's knee as a young man? Did Jim ever fix it for James O?
I don't know. He might have done.
Don't know.
He might have been one of them that had like a fucking burger and chips on, on fucking, on roller coaster. What do they call it? That one, corkscrew. At Alton Towers, and they had burgers, milkshakes or something. Jimmy were one of them.
Come here, young man. Come here, young man.
Oh, yes, young man. Oh, yes. I was about that, though, eh? I was about that.
You can do that accent as well. Brilliant.
I was about that. Oh, yes. Yes, Jimmy, Professor. So you know all these people.
Jimmy would love Jimmy to fix Jimmy's camera. Absolutely. Do I have to sit on your knee?
Jimmy needs to fix your camera, Jimmy. He's doing that. I told you, it's an album cover. We've got an album cover, just a moving album cover. I posted a link in there for the Telegram group. If you want to join. It's just people can have a chat in there if they want. I'm in there from time to time. In fact, I've been in there ever since. It's been going all right, hasn't it? We just posting stuff, Jim. It's all right in there. It doesn't stink, does it?
Look, I have a love-hate with Telegram groups, right? And in general, I avoid Telegram groups like the fucking plague. But in Raconteur's News case, I'm going to make an exception because we need to keep contact, and because I'm only on Telegram, some of us don't do fucking face shit or Twitter or any of that bollocks, and we've moved over to Telegram because it's kind of like, for the moment anyway, it's kind of censorship free. We can talk about anything we fucking like. And the only news services that are blocked at the moment here in my country are RT and Sputnik News. And so I still need a VPN for them. But for the most part, like, I can still get information from what's happening inside Russia and Ukraine and stuff like that. Relatively uncensored, you know, and I can talk about fucking Koof or anything I like on Telegram, you know, and that's the beauty of Telegram. I've given up on Western fucking social media, and that includes Gab, that includes fucking Getter, the whole fucking lot. They're all fucking compromised. Every single last fucking one. I don't trust any of them anymore. I just prefer the Russians spying on me for some reason. You know, somebody's going to be spying on you whether you like it or not, you know.
Yeah, they have. They're gonna be, aren't they? Though. I mean, that's what you want. You want someone to be spying on you. Otherwise, you feel like you're not interesting.
Honest to God, you know, yeah, you're gonna need something. Well, am I broadcasting from a yogurt pot on a string, Jimmy? Well, look at I think, Jimmy, at the end of the fucking day, by the time the fucking Russians are finished with the West, we will be back to fucking yogurt pots and strings.
It'd be fucking great, that though, wouldn't it? Hey, you'd be able to find out who's talking to who, wouldn't you, by intercepting, fucking cutting people's strings off. You can't talk to him. He's my mate. Cut fucking string off between them.
Yeah. Hold on, you're not using the right color fucking yogurt pot. You're off.
Dinny needs to get his arse back. We've had this picture sent in just now. I just got it by email. Thanks to whoever sent it. I can't see who sent it.
Is it very compromising? Is it? Oh God. Oh my God. That's brilliant. That is fucking brilliant. Which one is Dinny?
There we go.
Which one is Dinny? I'm just trying to figure out who's who there.
I'm going to find out who sent it, mate. I'm going to find out. I'll see if I know the name in chat. I'm not going to read the email address. I'm just going to.
No. I'll tell you what. That's great. We have a fucking full-blown fucking memer in the chat. That's fucking great, man. Fucking great.
It just says just throw away.
No, you couldn't throw that away. That's like the crown jewels.
Oh, it's Tony. It says Tony. I don't know which Tony. I don't know if it's our Tony or a few Tonys. I don't know. Anyway, but cheers, Tony. Anyway, for that. Yeah. Well, I appreciate yours. Yours look too, but that's sent in by Tony. That's Dinny and his new bird. That's
brilliant. You know, that is fucking class.
God knows what she'd say if she saw this. It's on. Dinny, how you doing?
I'm not speaking to you. You can fuck off. Hello, Jimmy.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Stay away from that cunt, I'm telling you.
I'm trying, but I'm up on top, you know. I just can't help it. I have no control over these things, you know.
No, Jimmy.
So that brilliant image of you and your lass there that we saw there, Dinny, that were Tony.
I tell you what, these German fellas, they're fairly fucking. I now I know why he lives in Germany, you know.
Oh, fuck off, you old bastard.
Well, that were Tony, non-violent extremist, who did that. He just sent me an email confirming it. So that's Tony that's done that.
God save the Queen, my fucking ass.
What do you think to this one, though? You see, I'm going to leave. If you don't put your camera on, Dinny, right, I'm just going to leave that as your photo.
Off, Jason.
I'll move over to here. Right, I'll move over to here. I'll move over there like that. See?
And I'll move over a little bit as well too. Now,
and that's it. We're talking to you live now.
Jimmy, the fucker called me he called me the other night, right? I don't know why, like, so I was all right, hello, and picked it up, and he's sitting there with this on the fucking screen. I said, Jason, what are you doing, man? This fat fucking boy with a little mini dick. Who comes down the street? It's fucking Daniela coming and she fucking. He's
Well,
sitting talking to me, but watching fucking porn.
it looks like Sean Atwood from here, to be honest. I don't know.
It does, doesn't it?
You, Jimmy.
Not that I know what Sean Atwood looked like, you know, but I just got this intuition, you know, I'm just pulling on my intuition.
Right. Jason, why were you fucking watching that, by the way?
I wasn't watching it. I just paused it because I thought, I'm going to
just pause. So you weren't.
So we're watching something on. Listen to me, Divvy. And we're watching something on the telly, right? And then I thought, I'll ring Dinny up, right? And that came on. And then when I rung you up, I paused it. I weren't watching it. I was just there. And don't give me that look.
He's got that look, hasn't he? Fuck's sake.
Yes, he's giving me that look again.
He is, you know, he's like condescending.
Can't you see on screen, Dinny?
No.
You can't see screen.
It's a little bit screen, no? It's a little bit like it's a little bit like Sally O'Brien.
I can't see the screen. What am I? Hang on a minute. Whoa.
I don't know. These Germans, they're not really as technologically savvy as I thought they were, you know?
I can't see the screen. What
You've got to put screen on.
And then you've got a picture of yeah, see it now, yeah.
See, we're on. You're on. And that's how everyone sees us. So if you don't put your camera on, that's how it's going to stay. Me and Jimmy are all right here. We've got our own little corners.
Well, I haven't changed. I'm the same, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, what were you talking about?
I don't know. It's gone a bit all awry, hasn't it? We were talking about Jimmy Savile, weren't we? And that.
And Sean Atwood and projection and another thing which has bothered me, right, about this whole Savile fucking bullshit was how they all would have known, like including Margaret, the great Margaret herself, Mrs. Thatcher, right? And she would have fucking known, right? And when I look at the clips that were shown there the other fucking night, of the interactions between Savile and Thatcher, it seems obvious now, you know, I wouldn't have known at the fucking time, but it seems obvious now, like, she would have fucking known exactly what he was about. And he would have known that she fucking knew. And that it was all one nice big fucking game, right? You know, and there's no fucking doubt about this in my fucking head now. You know, they all fucking knew. But the thing that got me was all these fucking letters. These letters that were going backwards and forwards between Prince Charles and I was even surprised Diana was sort of like, what's up, Jay? You're really on one now.
But Jimmy, for fuck's sake, what does it matter, man?
No, you carry on. Sorry.
Oh, he's doing this again, man. Everything.
I'm just laughing at Dinny. I've just wondered what that bloke behind him thinks.
Shut up, you Jason.
Yeah.
Honestly, I should be speaking to you.
Well, it matters, Dinny, because
Jimmy, it doesn't really matter, mate. I'm not trying to be rude.
It does matter. It does matter because if we don't learn from fucking history, we're fucked at the end of the day.
Oh, history, Jesus Christ! Why don't we draw the line at the fucking moon landing? Why don't we draw the line at JFK? Why don't we draw the line at fucking 9/11? Why don't we draw the line fucking weapons of mass destruction? I mean, where the fuck are you going with all this, Jimmy? It's not helping you, mate.
How do you respond to that? How do you fucking respond to that? I don't know.
Well, you see, I'll tell you what it matters, shall I, Dinny? It matters because we
What?
need something to talk about on this show other than fucking, it doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why it matters. So if it's in people's psyche, it matters. It exists, right? We might have that attitude, but other people don't have that attitude. So what we need to do is we need to try to talk to them in a way that makes them have the same attitude as us, and then we can, but be nice about it.
There's a good one
people-
there. There's a good one there. Preston Nipples. Dinny looks like the love child of Duncan Goodhue and Max Igan.
Fuck off you, Max Igan. Listen, do you know what that cunt done, Jimmy? Do you know what he done? He made me. Yes, have you still got it recorded?
Huh?
What you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it recorded. Yeah.
I'll play it if you want.
What? It's not very good. You didn't do it very well.
All right.
All right, I'll play it. Hang on.
Anyway, no, don't. Fucking no, fuck it. I blame
Anyway,
Jimmy.
who's Duncan Goodhue anyway, by the way?
Yeah, who the
He used
fuck's
to be a
that?
swimmer.
Yeah.
What? Was it a man or a woman, or was it like an
Don't
unknown?
get fucking cheeky, Jimmy. I'm all man.
Fucking Iceman for sure.
So fucking,
you
why
even
is
see
everybody
that?
showing photographs of fucking me? Am I something fucking, that's fucking horrible, creepy, man.
Can't hear it anyway, Jay.
I can't. It's not doing it. Is it?
You
No,
haven't
it's
got the
not
sound
doing
on it,
anything.
Jason. Oh, it doesn't matter, man. Dinny donkey.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Max Igan. I shake him by the hand. Even go for a fucking pint with him. But I wouldn't suck his big, fat, juicy, delicious cock.
I told you it'd be funny, didn't I?
Well, I'm not sure Max has a big fat juicy cock.
What are you the fucking perverse, man? Why are you thinking about his cock?
I'm not.
I
It's
swear
just
to fuck,
thought it
Jimmy,
was funny.
Jimmy, before he says another word, he never shut up for 3 hours about fucking cocks. I swear to fuck, man. The
I
man's
did not.
fucking mental.
It weren't that. It was just
never
no.
shut up
Do you
about
know why?
cocks. What?
The reason why is because I was trying to get you to. I was trying to get you
You're talking about
like
cocks.
no to get you because I kept trying to get you. You kept saying you'd say it because I wanted you to go. Well, I like no in your Irish accent. Go. I like Max Igan, but I wouldn't suck his big fat juicy delicious cock.
I think you're on LSD or something. Very good, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
To be honest, right, and nothing against Max or anything, but I've never been so disappointed in anyone in all my life.
You're always depressed, man.
Shut up the fuck till I finish. You'll have lots of time to talk when I finish, right? Now shut up the fuck for a second. I've just been never so depressed with anybody after the way he ran like a little fucking baby from Australia. He heard from a third party that the cops were going to come and visit him, and he fucking ran. And this is a man who was fucking given out to Americans just about a month earlier, like being the best armed nation on the planet, and why they wouldn't fucking stand up and fucking do something, And here he goes fucking running at first whiff of trouble, And I don't think I'll ever respect him again, to be honest. I'll still listen to him, but I don't think I'll never regain that respect for him, Does that make any sense, or is that a load of fucking shite?
I didn't know he'd done that. I've not heard from him for ages.
No, he done that. He done that, and it's documented. It's well documented, Jay. He told the story himself. Like, he told the story himself, and he even has a video of himself arriving in Mexico, and he goes through the whole story, you know. So, no, it's not rumor. That's from the horse's mouth, you know. So,
Wow. See, I didn't know that. I don't know. Listen, I just talk to people, me.
yeah, well, you know, you talk to people, but actually, because I followed Max for years. I followed the Crow House for years. You know, this has been my fucking life for 25 years now, following people like Max, and you know.
Yeah, me and fucking Max naked. A bit kinky.
Yes, yeah, I know what you mean. It is
So
can be.
are you going into depression?
No, it's not. How can he be depressed? He's on this show. Nobody can be depressed on here. It's not allowed. Oh, Webby, but that's it.
Well, what's Jimmy? What's the meaning of life?
Say that again, Dinny.
What is the meaning of life?
42.
The fucking meaning, not the fucking age.
No,
Yeah, because life's 42.
yeah. It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 40 fucking 2, man. I thought everybody knew that. Jesus Christ, what planet you been living on, man?
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry for disobeying.
You will be.
It's well known, man. Shit. Honest to God, information age, he doesn't even know the answer to life, the universe, and everything. Fuck's sake.
Oh, I don't, Jimmy. Please tell us, like, you know, give us a fucking. I mean,
I told you
the
answer, man.
Don't be keeping all the information to yourself. Share, you know what I mean? Share and fucking care. Fuck off with that bullshit as well. But go on, share. So I'm stupid because I don't know 42. So I'm stupid because I don't know fucking 42 is the fucking. Is the what?
The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Is it?
Yeah.
You could have fucking told us, like.
Fucking did, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like being in fucking Weatherspoons on a fucking 6 o'clock in the morning.
Seriously, man. Fucking hell, Jimmy. Thanks. 42, folks. There you go. Fuck off. Sleep well.
Jesus Christ. I think I'm going to put an end to this.
Yeah, no worries, Jay. But I just thought I'd ring in anyway on the because like I was very, very interested when you brought up the Jimmy Savile thing, you know, and I have to get back to watching the second part of that, and Sean Atwood, and I don't trust that little cunt at all, don't. And so fair play to you for bringing that little fucker up, and I appreciate.
Is he that baldy man who does all them prison things?
Exactly. Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about now. Sorry. I know you're talking about now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, he was in prison. He spent some time in the American prison system, just going around meeting with the hardened criminals and stuff like that, didn't he?
Yeah. Smuggling. What was it? LSD or some fucking thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but he has a history. He has a history outside of there with actually hanging around with real fucking criminals. So, from what I gather, anyway.
Well, what's Sean Atwood got to do with this Jimmy Savile bullshit?
Have you not been listening? Because
no, I haven't been listening. No, I've not been listening.
Jason tied it up there a little bit earlier on because Jason was telling us a story about a video that came on fucking line. Right, I have to tell this again, Jason. Sorry. About a video that came online where Atwood had taken in some fucking apparent victim of such and such, and the victim was on a video in some sort of teen girly suit thing on her knees in front of him, saying all sorts of really odd things. And he's a wrong one. But just look at, he's a fucking wrong one. I'm convinced of it more and more every fucking day. So, and people shouldn't be watching him, really.
So you don't watch him anymore?
No, I don't. I
Right.
haven't watched him in a long time. No.
No, I don't watch him. I just saw that it got Dave. I saw that Dave Weiss were on, so I just looked in. It just popped up that it were live. So I went on, but I didn't stop on very long because that fucking Professor Dave were a right fucking piece of fucking shit. I just don't even. He would just.
And
Well,
who's Weiss? Who's Weiss, Jay?
David Weiss, flat Earth guy.
Guy that was on with.
That came on here, yeah.
Oh,
Came on here.
Nice.
Okay, he came on here, but I mean, the guy were really disrespectful to him. But Sean Atwood, it weren't his show. It weren't him interviewing. So, like I said, if David's prepped for to be interviewed by Sean Atwood, he'll have looked at his videos and known what he were thought that's what he were going to get. But obviously, Sean Atwood just like blindsided him and brought this fucking arsehole in who's just were fucking, I don't know, just talking gobbledygook. It might have been fucking truth, but it just didn't make any fucking sense at all. It was just all mathematics and crap. And I know they're involved and everything, but everything's just so complicated just to keep everybody fucking where they are and not to switch sides.
That's a strange pairing, to be honest. Like, I can't see how that pairing would fucking happen by chance. That's fucking odd pairing. Like, somebody who fucking focused on pedophilia, and then another one that's focused on fucking flat Earth. What the fuck is the connection? Holy fuck. That's weird.
It is. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm getting an headache and I'm getting up early to watch qualifying in Grand Prix. I got Super Leads coming on Tuesday, and somebody did mention in chat room that I did say that I'd tell them about when I got a knock on door from police after I posted the Facebook post in Russian. That were about 2015.
You did. Yeah. You'll tell us about that sometime, will you?
Yeah, I will tell you about that. I'll do that on Tuesday. Remind me on Tuesday. Someone remind me on Tuesday, and I'll tell you that story.
I'd already forgotten that you were supposed to tell us. So, like, we'll have to make a method. So.
Yeah, we'll do that. Anyway, it's been cheers, Dinny, mate.
Yeah, cheers, folks.
Any final words for our listeners? Words of wisdom from there in the German woods?
Yeah, fuck them.
Okay. Well, anyway, we love you. We'll see you later. Thanks everybody who's been in chat room. It's been really good. Thank you to everyone who's joined Telegram group as well. It's good to stick together and good group of people. So we can all talk to each other. And we'll see you there. Forums there as well. So if what happens to this, and you can email my email address as well. So thanks very much. I'll see you on Tuesday. Me and Super Leads. It's going to be a good one, so don't miss it. Take care now. Bye then.